Well, good Sunday morning to everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm just making this quick opening video just to announce the rest of the video. It took me a while to put all this together because I wanted to do screenshots. I wanted to give details about each screenshot. I wanted you to be able to try to understand what I was trying to say. So if it's a little confusing, please feel free to shoot me an email or leave a comment below. That'd be the easiest thing. Just leave a comment below and I'll answer any questions and try to help clarify anything you don't understand about how we use the Landstar load board and how all the filtration tools that we have make it so much easy to find that precise load that you're looking for when you're searching in a specific direction you want to go, the rate that you want to pay, anything like that. You can pretty much filter down and find a specific load. So sorry it took me so long to get this video out. I made it back when I was on vacation, and so I finally got the editing done today, and so I hope you like it, and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the bottom. Let me know what you think. All right, y'all have a great weekend.
Hello, we are sitting here today, June 20th, exactly 6 months after I finished orientation at Landstar for the second time. December 20th, 2018. So, my assessment of Landstar this time around, it's very similar to before. The one minor difference I've noticed is an intense heightness on regulations, policy, strictness on following the rules, added rules, just minor things like that. Another thing I've noticed is I don't want to use the wrong word and seem, I don't know how to say it. It kind of makes me feel like I want to say the word stingy with trailers. But there's this thing about trailers where used to, when I was here before, it was no big deal to get a trailer. Whether you were in Laredo, Jacksonville, wherever you were, you had a trailer. Now I see drivers waiting on trailers all the time, and I don't get that. Especially going to Laredo. You go down there, you do a drop and hook. Used to, you drop and hook, you pick up a trailer, you come right back. Or go pick up another load. It was not the situation where it is now, where I hear stories of people sitting for days and weeks waiting for trailers in Laredo. I don't understand that. I went down there not too long ago, and there's trailers as far as the eye could see. A company as huge as Landstar should never have a driver sitting waiting on a trailer. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me. If an agent tells you you have to drop your trailer and you don't get another one or get it back, that should not be, you know. They should force the agents to have available trailers so that if you drop a trailer for them in Laredo because they have to take it across the border or whatever, they have a replacement trailer for you. Because when they take them across the border and empty them or whatever, if they reload them or whatever, I mean, that trailer has to come back across. They're not keeping the trailers. So I don't understand why there would be a shortage of trailers in Laredo. That does not make sense to me at all. So that's one little thing that I noticed way different about Landstar from the first time I was here. So I guess this is more than just a review of Landstar, 120 days, or let's see, by now we're up to 180 days. And I apologize. I wanted to do this thing 2 months ago, and I've recorded it twice. And I think I might have deleted it once on purpose and once on accident. But the first time I did it was a much more beautiful setting than what you see right now. The reason I'm doing it right now is because my wife is in a meeting and I have about 35-40 minutes to kill. So I'm going to try to knock this out if I can in one take and be done with it. So I went back and looked over the numbers because, like I said, this is my second time recording this video. Third time recording this video in the last 2 months. So I went back and looked over the numbers and everything from my loads. And the first 3 months, January, February, March, that I was here, I know for sure my net revenue to the truck was approximately $2 a mile. And so I was pulling loads that were averaging over $3 a mile. That's what you have to do to average $2 net to the truck once they deduct their 65%. So it was great. Once I got further into my time here, past the 90 days where you're getting into the part where you have to go to take cabs class or you want to take time off, stuff like that, you tend to put yourself in a box where you will take a load that pays a little bit less than what you normally would like to get, just to accommodate your needs as far as being in this location at this time. So that's what happened the final few months, having to go to cabs class, needing to get home for certain things. My average dropped a little bit, but not by much. I'm still at between $1.90 and $2 a mile net to the truck. I think if I had stayed on the trajectory that I was on the first 3 months, my net revenue to the truck right now would be over $2.10 a mile, which is damn good. Damn good. I don't care what company you work for. Landstar, to me, I heard a guy the other day say, and this is a guy who's been in trucking a really long time. His father was a truck driver. He knows a lot about the trucking industry. And he posed the question, is truck driving a blessing or a curse for you? And his answer was yes. So I get you. I understand what you're saying 100%. I spoke with my wife, and we were talking about this last night over dinner, and here's my take on it. It's a blessing to me because it affords me what I'm doing right now. I'm in Miami, hanging out with my wife while she's doing her little meeting that she has to do today, and then we have the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend to ourselves. We had dinner last night up in a DoubleTree Hotel up there at an awesome restaurant. The meal was north of $100. It was not cheap meal by any means. And my wife's like, oh, I'm not sure how much this is going to cost because it says market price. And I said, honey, don't worry about it. It costs what it costs. We are going to enjoy ourselves. And that's something that Landstar affords me because I make good money with Landstar. I love Landstar. I've always said that. I did a little video about things I hate about Landstar. It was like 3 or 4 things. It was very minute. It was nothing by any stretch that would ever cause me to want to leave Landstar. The time off to come down here, another luxury afforded to me by Landstar, because I decide where I go, when I go, and for how long I'm gone. If I want to stay out a month, 2 months, 3 months, I can stay out. If I want to go run one run and come right back to the house, I can do that. It's on me to decide how much I run, when I run, and everything else. Now, I'll give you this. You can't make that decision based on your feelings in your heart. Those feelings also, that decision has to be also based on your bills, what you have to pay at the house, your truck payment, and all these factors come into it as well. So I can't just take off and run one run and then that's it for the week. You know, I can't be home every weekend right now. By the end of this year, I'll have all my credit cards paid off. The only thing we'll owe money on will be our truck payment and our mortgage. And that then affords me to be able to be home every weekend. So we have to make sacrifices and stay out sometimes for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make that money to put us in this position we're in right now, where we're in Miami, Florida, eating at a gourmet restaurant, stuff like that. You have to make sacrifices to get the reward. Now, when I am home, the time that I'm home is precious to me. I don't take it for granted. I spend as much of it with my wife as I can. I spend as much of it as I can doing things around the house that need to get done. So that time to me is precious, and I appreciate it. Now, before I came back to Landstar, I had a job that got me home every night. Every day I was home, 5 days a week, home every weekend, and I made good money. My gross pay per year, I want to say was, it had to be close to $65,000, I think, or something like that. I know my net pay was just under $1,100 a week. So I was making net after taxes over $50,000 a year, with 2 weeks paid vacation. 2 weeks, that's it. 2 weeks. You can break it up day by day. Take it anytime you want, as long as nobody else wanted that day that conflicted with you. And so it was a good job. But I was working 14 hours a day minimum, but still home every day. And I got to where I took that home time for granted because I was home every day. It was no big deal. As soon as I started back with Landstar, I realized what a big deal that was, being home every day. So now when I'm home, I appreciate this home time so much more. But to say trucking's a curse, I've been in some horrific wrecks that I should be dead right now. If you look at the vehicles, the wrecks, everything that I've been involved in over my career, you'd say, son, there must be a good reason for the Lord keeping you on this earth. Because I've heard that so many times. Some of the wrecks I've been in has just been horrific. I got scars to prove it. I got skin grafts from burns. It's not for the faint at heart. And a lot of times I complain about steering wheel holders, and I know I'm getting off on a whole different topic than the 90-day or 120-day, 180-day thing. But I just want to say this. Everybody's not cut out to do this job. However, just because you feel like they're not cut out for it, you can't prevent somebody from legally working. So you just have to wait for them to screw up and their license gets pulled, or they kill somebody, or they kill themselves. That's the sad part of truck driving. That's the curse, I guess, of truck driving. But I don't have kids, so it's not as hard on me as it is with some of my friends that do have kids and want to be home to see them grow up, because I don't know if I could do this if I had kids. I'd have to figure something out. I got a friend out in Louisiana right now. He's fixing to have his first baby. And he's already trying his best to figure out a way to be home as much as possible. Maybe get it in a dedicated run. So he's only gone 3 or 4 days a week, And it's possible to do that with Landstar, of course. So, but overall, I've heard a lot of complaints about the rates, how low the rates are. I never hear people talking about how good the rates are. Because think about it, man. For me to be averaging over $3 gross a mile, the rates have to be pretty decent. Every load isn't going to pay $3 a mile. Every load is not going to pay $2 a mile. There's going to be loads that pay $1. I've seen them pay less than $1 a mile, man. You have to be an idiot to take that load. I don't care how bad you don't want a deadhead. I would deadhead as far as I had to deadhead. I would not ever pull a load for less than $1 a mile. I wouldn't even. No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. because it cost me more than it would the deadhead. But I've not been in that situation. Landstar has this unique thing, and I wish I could show it to you on my phone. I tell you what, I'll take some screenshots, and I'll put the screenshots in here where you can see the screenshot, and then that way you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. So you can see with those pictures how you get a breakdown of the date the load is picking up, where the load is picking up. I didn't show you the phone numbers on the one side because I didn't want to give away any personal information. You have the miles deadhead. You have the miles of the load, the paid miles. You have the total gross revenue. You have the rate per mile. You have the weight, if it's hazmat. All this information you have to help you make a decision about whether you want to take that load. That's just some of the information, right? The initial screen. Then once you click on it, it takes you to the other screen that you saw, where it has more of a breakdown then of the money, a breakdown on times, dates. It also has special instructions at the bottom. A lot of information. So you have, and then you can also look and see if there's loads coming out of that area. How many loads are coming out? You'll see that information on there. All right, so now you have to decide, well, do I want to take this load? Well, if you decide you want to take the load, you click on the phone number, you call, and you get the load, right? Then you get a more detailed freight bill telling you the address and stuff like that, the actual commodity that you're hauling. So that's the good part of that. Special instructions, stuff like that. And then immediately, and the good thing about this is you can always set up what we call load alerts. That'll give you an email, a text, a call, whatever you prefer, to alert you when a load that fits your criteria that you're looking for in a load is available. And I use these all the time. I use them. I have mine set up by email. That way it's less intrusive if I'm driving or something. But I'll be honest with you, I cannot find enough fault or flaw or dislike or things wrong with, or whatever you want, however you want to say it. I can't find enough that would cause me to want to quit this job that I have with Landstar. I love it. I would not leave. If you offer me a job tomorrow paying me 85%, that's 20% more than I'm making now with Landstar, I would not take it. I've seen so many drivers, solo drivers, team drivers, leave Landstar, go over here to the pie in the sky, and come back to Landstar. I didn't leave Landstar because of pie in the sky. I left Landstar because I almost died in a truck, burning alive. It don't matter who I was driving for. I was coming off the road. I needed time to heal. I needed time, not only physically, but mentally. And that's why I left Landstar the first time. I did not leave Landstar because I wasn't making money or I was unhappy. And to be frank with you, if I was not at Landstar right now, I'd still be doing that job that I spoke about earlier, where I'm home every day. Because for me, it was either go back to Landstar or stay where you're at. There was no in between. Go to this company, go to that company. Well, this company's just as good, blah, blah, blah. It was either Landstar or bust. Stay where you're at. So, the rest is history. I'm here, I'm back. So my thought is the rates go up and down, but you have the power, depending on where you want to run, where you're willing to run, what the rates are in that area. You have the power to book a load a week ahead, a month ahead even. You have all these options. In my opinion, the further you book ahead, the better the rate, the more time you have to look for another load. You're not desperate. You don't take that cheap freight. That's how I've been able to do this. That's my secret to my success at Landstar, is booking as far ahead as I can, not too far, not more. I never book more than a week and a half ahead, but I book far enough ahead that I have 3 to 4 days to look for another load and wait for something to pop up, and not just jump on anything. That's been my secret to my success at Landstar. And I'm just gonna come out and say it. Yes, my success at Landstar. I feel like I have succeeded. I feel like I am succeeding. I have money in the bank to pay my bills. I have time off when I want it. I'm not under pressure about getting loads here and there. I don't have a big truck payment for starters. That's my big thing. And that's another little secret to my success, is when I went out and financed my truck, I didn't finance a truck with, $2,000+ a month truck payment. Man, my mortgage ain't but $1,500 a month. I can't see how people out here paying over $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month for a truck. And that's more than my mortgage payment. My truck payment is $720 a month. That's less than half my mortgage payment. It's about the same as the payment on this truck here, this Silverado that we're driving. It's reasonable, in my opinion. I've not met anybody yet that said my monthly payment is not reasonable. And this is not on an old ragged out truck. This is a 2014, 5 years old, Volvo VNL 780. It's like a Cadillac of trucks. It's got all that storage space. It's got a lot of extras. And it's a good truck. Rebuilt engine. I'm not riding around in some ragged out piece of junk. And so that's my thoughts on how to succeed at Landstar. That's also my thoughts on the 180 days that I've been here so far, the 6 months that I've been here. I'd have to give Landstar 2 thumbs up, because the few bad things is not enough to weigh down all the good things. The support you get from, you have hazmat teams that answer any of your questions or help you with any hazmat issues. You have permit departments. You have, you have your driver settlement departments. You have your own personal advisor. You call them and say, hey, this is going on. Can you help me out with this? What can I do? Or so-and-so, I'm having this problem. They'll get on the phone right then and call and try to help you get it straightened out. It's like having, somebody fighting for you at Landstar to make sure your stuff stays straight and you stay on a good path. It's awesome. I love it. You have classes you can go to and learn how to make more money, how to be more successful. There's just so many tools in the toolbox here at Landstar that I'm willing to pay that 35% every month, every load I haul. That's why I would never go take one of these 85% paying loads. You're not going to get me over there. It's not going to happen. I don't need to make that extra 20%. I'm getting by just fine with what I'm making now. And I'm happy. Why would I leave somewhere I'm happy? That's what I don't understand. Why would you stay if you're not happy? I can see that too. So you have to find your happiness, right? Okay. But this is my happiness. This makes me happy working at Landstar. I'm doing good. I'm making good money. And I would definitely recommend Landstar to anybody that's been truck driving for at least 2 years, and you feel like you're ready to take that next step. You know, you want to buy your own truck. My advice, a lot of people say, oh, do the lease purchase thing with Schneider or Swift or Warner or, you know, one of these companies, bar none or somebody. Go do a lease purchase and do that for a year or two before you even think about going to Landstar. Nah, that ain't what you got to do. Here's what you got to do. In my opinion, this is what I would do if it was me. I would work my company job, and I would just keep sticking cash to the side as much as I could. Try to save me up a few $1,000s. At least 5 if possible. And I would work on my credit. Make sure your credit is in good shape. And work on who you're checking your bank is with. Talk to your bank. Now, if you can't find a bank like we had, like a credit union, where you have to actually put money down when you buy a truck, you're probably gonna need more than $5,000. I would say in the neighborhood of $7,500, maybe somewhere in there, because I think you can still get a decent truck with about $3,000 to $5,000 down, but you're gonna need some money for incidental stuff. But once you get the truck and your name is on the title as well as whoever's financing it, you are half the battle is over with, at least. But don't go out and buy a truck thinking you got a truck, you're going to go to Landstar. Get approved by Landstar first. Once you have that approval where they're going to take you in, then you're golden. You're good to go. You don't have anything else to worry about, because they're not going to approve you. You go buy a truck and then you show up orientation, they send you home. That's not how Landstar works. You never even get to orientation until you are completely approved. All right, and you don't get to orientation until you have a truck. So that's the next step. Once you pass the approval process, get you a truck. Go ahead and be eyeballing a truck, getting all your ducks in a row to get a truck just in case you get approved. Once you get approved, pull the trigger, get the truck, send them your information for the truck. They'll send you all your information you need. You go to orientation, and you're on the way. You're making money. You make it past that first 90 days with Landstar, and any major issues you have that you can't take care of yourself, most likely, if you haven't had any issues with them, they'll help you out. If it's an engine that needs some work, transmission, rear end, anything, tires, whatever it is, they'll help you out. They're not going to leave you on an island out there to fend for yourself. They're going to help you out. But they have to know that you're going to stay there, that you're going to work there, and you're going to be a part of their organization. That's why they wait the 90 days. So you can make it at Landstar. You can be successful at Landstar. Don't listen to all these crazy people. Don't listen to all this BS about automated trucks and all this other stuff. Yeah, at some point that's going to happen, but that's a decade down the road. You come on over here now, make you some money. In a couple of years' time, you'll be doing real good. Really glad you were here. And so that's my 180 days on Landstar. Get your butt on over here, start making some money, and enjoy yourself. Some people are happy where they're at, and hey, that's awesome. That's great. I'm glad you're happy where you're at. It fits your style. That's awesome. But if you want to try it, you want that freedom, like I've described, come on over here and give it a try. I love it. I'm not going anywhere else. This is where I'm going to be. You'll see me here. All right. I hope this 180-day review helps some people out. If you ever have any questions, you want to ask me about my experiences with anything, or ask me questions about anything, ask me advice about anything, any of this. I've been in truck driving since 1997. This isn't my first rodeo. So I know a little bit about the business. And so shoot me an email. My email address is thetruckerstable thetruckerstable@gmail.com. All one word, thetruckerstable@gmail.com. Send me an email. I don't check it every day. I probably check it about once a week. So give me some time. I'll get back with you. And I'll be happy to talk with anybody. I'm not doing this to make any money. I'm not making a dime. I don't charge coaching fees or any of that bull crap. And I'm not making any money off of YouTube or anybody else. So you bring your butt on over here and give me a call. We'll talk anytime. All right. Y'all stay safe. If you're an owner operator, don't haul no cheap freight.